something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
Welcome everyone to Battleknights Project India Season 1. We are in day 19 and I am excited for today because we're going to be bringing you the third place match between Team Cry versus Team SHOMONATION. And this is Chronos alongside Linwell, who's going to be casting with me. And Linwell, I'm pretty excited and pumped about this one. What about you, my friend?
Hello guys, hello Kronos, thanks for the intro. Yes, indeed, I'm super stoked here. We're about to see Team Cry on the blue side versus Team SHOMONATION on the red side. They've gone against really huge titans in the previous games, and will be competing for this third place in the tourney. Although it doesn't sound that grand, but you know, it's gonna be it's gonna be a really interesting how both teams go against each other for this matchup. We've seen SHOMONATION do really well against ABM, although struggle a bit, and they will be having to go against Cry's aggressive early game comp here. Team Cry has managed to pull up really great victories and really good lineups, some aggressive early game with the Grok, Kadita, and second lineup where they sort of answer to the sets from the enemy team. So I'm interested how both of them will face off in this draft, first of all. So I guess we'll move on to the draft, and so we can talk about how both teams go against their picks. Yeah.
I mean, pretty much that you can't count them out, right, Linwell? If you think about it, we're in third place. We were 216 teams, if I'm not wrong. And let's not forget that right now the winner of this match will cement their place as the third position in this Battleknights Project India season, the first season of Battleknights Project India, and that is quite a big thing indeed. And they will cement their place in the history books for the further tournaments to come. And right now we can tell that these teams are pretty excited. And let's not forget about the prize pool. So these teams are no pushovers, especially Team Cry and Team SHOMONATION. Like you mentioned, on the blue side being Team Cry, and on the red, Team SHOMONATION, as all the players are ready to rock and roll. And we should head straight into the draft for this game, indeed. As we have a little bit of time, but we go in. As let's not forget that this tournament is brought to you by Battleknights Esports, powered by Mobile Science. Management by Mayura Esports, and let's not forget the stream by Bad Tanker, the legend, who has been doing a fantastic job behind the scenes for us as well. And Linwell, this is it. We are here. We are almost at the summit. We are just one more step away from the peak. It's just a matter of time to see what these teams will have in place on paper to make sure they can execute it in game. And let's not forget, guys, this is a best of 5. Right, best of 5 for these teams, and the first game will be crucial as Team Cry ban out that X-Borg.
Yeah, I guess this is sort of a safe ban, you could say, since Croy goes for the aggressive comp. So an X-Borg, who is a huge menace if left alone, and he just gets stronger as the team fight goes on. So it is sensible banning that X-Borg early on, and we see a Fanny ban also, which is quite understandable since Croy has a Fanny user in their team. So they're getting these early game assets out, the Fanny, the Export, which, okay, Export is a mid game to a late game, but Uranus also is taken off the board here. So much pressure which could be applied to other areas of the map has been already removed. The Uranus, which is a huge menace, even the region is a lot, and his capabilities for diving the backline, even invading jungles, is not one to be messed with here. So we have Kevinator with the second ban, and it will be a Florin. Okay.
I mean, they don't want to leave any stone unturned, right? Because they banned out this Fanny from the side of a team SHOMONATION, because we know Team Cry have pulled out that card before and played that, and so their cards are all on the table from both the teams. Just goes to show that these teams have done their homework. This is the best of 5 after all, so no stone will be left unturned. And right now we can see all these picks coming through, all these bans coming through, and banning out this Florin will remove that extra bit of sustain that can be provided as a roamer. And the rise of Florin has been in the meta, but I would like to see maybe that Leslie being banned out, or probably a Claude even, because I know both these teams love to prioritize their goal laner, but in the end, their EXP is the one that decides the game. That's how it's been going on for them so far. Their team composition has been so great, and they ban out this Alice. This Alice has been a menace everywhere. Nobody wants to deal with it just because you got to pick up one particular item to counter that Alice. Not just one, maybe 2, even the Dominance Ice and the Radiant Armor. So that's just going to be a problem, and they Team Cry don't want to deal with it, banning it out entirely. And the final ban coming from Shiun from the side of SHOMONATION, I want to see what it is, man. It's the Terizla.
Okay, a really decent ban here. Terizla, really good damage, really good frontliner, has that sustain, has that mobility with S1, and even ultimate has so much damage and crowd control effects. But Baby Cutie will be here with the first pick, and a Void gets swapped in, and we have a Valentina. Okay, I'm loving this first pick. You know, it just enables so much flexibility from the side of Team Cry to adapt any capabilities which SHOMONATION might be able to dish out. And this is going to force them to pick less specific heroes, because you can't really take so much heroes with really great ultimates unless you want to, unless you have a set game plan, of course. But it's just going to hinder that plan, as the Valentina is really good in doing that and has that early game damage also to back it up with it.
You know, maybe avoid sending a message to the side of SHOMONATION. You gotta avoid picking those big fat ultimates that Valentina loves to have. But teams like Kevinator doesn't want to go behind on that one, hovering on this Kufra right now. And usually there are 2 ways to shout out this Valentina. You either don't give her any ultimates that she can use, or give her a plethora of it where she won't know what to pick up at this point. And right now, I think SHOMONATION are leaning towards that side, but it only goes to show how long it will take. But these instant picks coming from Team Cry, they don't want to wait. They know their game plan. They're ready, locked and loaded. They go for the box here in the jungle and go. And this goal lane Brody for this matchup against Beatrix, I am going to love that matchup indeed.
Indeed. And this is just gonna, the early game pressure which I mentioned from Team Cry is just gonna allow them to funnel that even more. And Brody could play with your team, does a lot of damage also in the early to mid game phase, has that item power spike also. And, he could play alone solo in a different lane too and split push. Usually in a 1v1 scenario, it's really hard to take down a Brody, especially since he has a flicker, an inbuilt CC ability, and the damage is just a lot considering his ultimate deals based damage off of your lost HP. So it's just so hard to 1v1. And especially if and look at the rest of Team Croy's comp. Abasha for frontlining has so much damage to sustain and deals a bit of bunch of damage too. Can provide a lot of coverage and even initiate a lot of team fights. And but we have Shomonation here, Andy Chan on the Kadita, which is gonna be huge and be able to even shut down this Basha if done properly.
I mean, Kadita does have that pick-off potential, right? So now we can see from the side of SHOMONATION, they have the pick-off potential. They have the engage that comes in with this Kufra as well. And we can see Team Cry have the frontline presence. And like you mentioned, that damage comes with loss of HP. Something to note, guys. This is something for your rank games because not everybody knows that the more damage you do with the Brody, the lower the health you take them to, the more damage he deals with his ultimate and the torn apart memory. So that can come quite handy indeed. And that Linwell, that was a props to you for pointing out that one because not everybody knows that. That's why we are here to provide you that wonderful analysis and a play-by-play as well. And you can see Minotaur being banned out along with his Fredrin from the side of Team Cry, realizing that the side of SHOMONATION need a frontline jungler or an EXP lane, and Fredrin can fit both of those roles at the same time. So banning it out, taking out this Martis as well, just so that they won't have that extra frontline presence in the jungle, just to compete against this Bactia for these neutral objectives, and the Minotaur and Diggy being banned out so that they don't have a roamer, and I think covering all their bases essentially. But Troll AB picking up this Lapu Lapu, and we've seen him countless times in this tournament how great he can be while providing that zoning for the rest of the team. And right now, Bobby QT hovering over this Kaja, and we've seen it before, Linwell. I think you and I were casting that game one too. He just went in, flicker, picked them off, and took them all the way and brought them here. And Panye Takam, he's quite the flexible EXP laner, if you ask me, because he's picked up the Edith, he's picked up the Glue, he can play the Terizla as well. So he has different styles of gameplay. So now it all comes out to how they want to end this, Linwell.
Indeed, and it looks like he's gonna be locking down the Edith. It's just a matter of seconds, and he does. Okay, an Edith, and you add the fatal links from the Atlas. It's just gonna be so much for the side of Team Croy. They have a really good game set going into this game, but one thing we'll have to look out for into mid-late game phase is probably the scaling from the rest of Team SHOMONATION. That Beatrix is gonna deal a lot of damage, but same could be said so with Brody too. So it could be anyone's game, and it'll be up to Xion here to get the last pick, a jungler to balance this all out, and maybe get a counter to to Team Cry's early game pressure. Will it be a Cho jungle? Oh, I'm not certain. We've seen teams go for the Lapu Lapu jungle. Will it be a switch from this? Xion's just hovering over that Cho. I'm not certain, but no, it's a Granger. Okay, goes off for the safe path instead. And it's gonna be having a lot of kiting abilities with the Granger. Xion's gonna be able to do that. But the pressure from Team Cry, I think that's just gonna be a lot. Especially in the early game, the ganks is just gonna be extended to a lot of, and then it'll be up to Team SHOMONATION to sort of answer this aggression. And if they do play their cards right, they'll be able to hang on and then deal a bunch of damage from the mid-late game phase.
I mean, you said that teams have picked up Lapu Lapu in the jungle, but there's only one team to do that, and that is ABM, who are already in the finals, and that will be tomorrow. But for today, this match for the third place between Team Cry on the blue side and Team SHOMONATION on the red. They have everything set on paper. Both the teams look fantastic, and right now it only comes down to see how they will be able to put it on the land of Dawn for themselves to make sure they can take this game one in the best of 5 series, just so that they will have the upper hand, not just in game, but also mentally as well. Because mentally, you want to be having that positivity while you go into the game 2 and possibly game 3. Teams would like to end it in a 3-game sweep, but only time will tell if that will happen. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and friends of all ages, we head straight into the land of Dawn for game number 1 in today's match for the third place between Team Cry on the blue side and Team SHOMONATION on the red. As this is Linwell and myself, Kronos, I'll be casting this for you guys, and we are pumped. And if you are not, I'm not sure why you're watching, because you want to be learning from these guys how they break this gameplay, how they do the drafts, and so we can get better, not only as a player, but also as a community as a whole. And right now, Linwell, seems like they don't want to take any risks, just playing it safe since it's game 1.
Yeah, we're expecting them to get funneled at level 2 here. Avoid's gonna get picked off by Enchant here. Really good damage, going down to half HP. So aggression's being made a lot by QT with that early poke here onto jungle. I think Team Cry might be able to go on for this. Basha is just getting the lethal and will be going off of that.
A little bit of poke coming in, and you see Bobby QT quite deep as the Tyrant's Revenge misses from Nihan. I think of a misplay, but there is the Breath of the Ocean and the rotation coming in from Melee as well. Everyone taking quite low, but First Blood goes towards the side of Team Cry. Tarun there getting it on point, forcing 2 flickers and getting a knock-up on Avoid, but everybody able to survive. Will Avoid go down? Yes, he does, and so does Tarun as well. So they get 1, but 2 in trade, and seems like SHOMONATION have the answers right now, and Team Cry a little too aggressive in this early game phase, realizing they have this box, they're trying to make the most of it, and now we can see that this turtle will be spawning in about 24 seconds.
Indeed, we'll be able to get that level 4 spike though, with the jungle here being invaded. Rest of Team Cry is gonna be able to play a bit passive though. Brody here getting poked a bit in bot lane, won't be able to do much though. As Battleknights with the reveal on the vision, but he's getting chunked down a bit. Managed to back off. The rest of Team SHOMONATION though, realized they got what they came for, got the jungle already, got a bit of poke, and will be rotating for this turtle here. A bit of skirmish here in the top lane. Panytakam and Troy B doing a bit of damage to both each other, getting the level 4, and maybe perhaps will go off of team fight here. Knockup coming in.
Yeah, you can see the bravest fighter stands there, the Raging Slash coming out. Panytakam forced the flicker, but the turtle goes towards the side of Void right now as he has the Tortoise's Puissance going in, does have the Shields of Unity, and you can see the IMU go for the Raging Slash with the bravest fighter, taking that away from the Lapu Lapu right now, and they have been going non-stop at it right now as the kill score is 2-2. And Void trying to go into the jungle, but eats a face full of Rhapsody coming out from Shiun. As at this point, they seem to want to have this fight, but Troll AB right there with the bravest fighter. There is the knockup and the Breath of the Ocean rough waves with the Petrify and the Death Sonata getting a double kill on the Shiun. But meanwhile, in the bot lane, Tarun gets a solo kill on towards Melee right now, so we can say the advantage is there. But there's another rough waves coming in from the IMU and Avoid right now, telling them they got to avoid this Valentina so far, as in quite deep uses the flicker and 2 dashes to escape, but will he be caught off guard as right now he is in between the walls and he does go down, but Nihan gets the kill. You usually don't want to see the roamer getting the kill, but he picks it up indeed. And I think Linwell, the side of Team Cry, have been putting so much pressure so far, but they will oh, never mind, we see another kill solo in the bot lane as Tarun takes down this Melee once more. And I was saying, Linwell, I think the side of Team Cry's power spike will be now because Atlas has this Fatal Links.
Indeed, and it might be able to do so in their bot lane here, as 2 of Team SHOMONATION is seen to be appearing here. Cry though, BabyQT providing a bit of support, and Tarun will be able to take them down. Death Sonata coming in.
Though able to go with the Fatal Links is there. Bennett's Rage takes him down, but to get this first turret in the bot lane in the matter of 4 minutes, and the Death Sonata wasn't able to finish Tarun off at that time, as we can see that this goal laner has been quite dominant, and he's here to play, not just play, he wants to take this victory. But let's not forget, guys, this is still game 1, and Void right now pulling the turret aggro as Panytakam tries to go for the knockup, but gets taken down and bursted by the rest of the team, as Void does have the ultimate, but she takes the wrong one, gets killed by Shiun. However, Void gets the turtle in exchange, and right now we can see because of that the goal lead is maintained. The Petrify and the Tyrant's Revenge comes in on towards Tarun, but the kill goes on to Nihan. The shutdown is there as there's the Breath of the Ocean for the knockup. Once again, Void gets taken down. I think they're in too deep. Fatal Link connecting on the 2, but there is the turret aggro that's being exchanged and nobody home for the rest of the team. As of right now, they've been doing a fantastic job of coming in from the side of Team Cry, but I think they've been overextending a little bit. They just gotta take a step back and see what game plan they gotta come up with, Linwell.
Indeed, the aggression has just been so much here on all the lanes. Even in top lane currently, Troll AB is being melted down, will be taken down by the torn apart memories. But yeah, as you said earlier, the aggression is so much. From we've seen team fights after team fights here, and Team Cry need to know when to back off and when to position. Because when your team's not really there in a suitable spot, you don't really want to go in or apply pressure here. As we see,
Oh, the rough waves was there, and Nihon getting the kill once again thanks to Tyrant's Rage, but there is Bobby QT is trying to get somebody as Kevin Nader gets knocked. Oh, he gets terrified, but there's a knockup on the Void and the rough waves with the flicker coming in, but doesn't really catch anybody as Troll AB is taken low by Tarun there, who gets taken down, and this Granger Shield has a monster kill thanks to that Dead Sonata that came in, and right now they seem to have fallen off. They need to take a step back. They're in their faces too often, and Nihon providing the great sets along with Kevin Nader and Linwell. I think it's that trampoline composition they have going on right now.
Indeed, the trampoline composition, which you saw previous matches earlier and a few days ago with the Minotaur and the Kadita. This time it's a Kufra and a Kadita, which have been working out a lot. And we see Kevin Nader here positioned really well, goes in.
Oh, you can see the rough waves connecting, and this time Bobby QT gets taken out. Bravest Fighter comes out, the Raging Slash is there. Panya to come force the flicker out. The CC coming in, but Thorin Fisher Loafer gets that with the torn apart memory, but nobody's able to stop Shion. He gets the two of them with the face full of bullets. Thanks to Death Sonata and Rhapsody right now. Avoid in a rocket hard place, gets caught and gets taken down as they are marching in on the mid lane, and it's 7 minutes, and they've taken down the tier 3 turrets of all the lanes.
Indeed, this Granger pick has been really good, and he's just been able to answer this aggression which Cry has been making. So Team Cry maybe need to set up a bit back and look for a bit of space here. When you see the opportunity, seize that. Either that or play it passively a bit, because your teammates are going down a bit early on. Aggression is being made when there is not needed, and because of that, Shion's just so far ahead in goal, and she has the highest goal lead, 6,600 right now currently, and almost completing 3 items. This is gonna become stronger as the game progresses, but they will have their late game spike inside Team Cry, so they'll need to focus on that and possibly set up a bit, maybe the Atlas scout a bit of the bushes. At very cute, he goes into the concealed play.
And we can see he's trying to catch somebody, gets 2 of them with the fatal links, but there's the Tyrant's Revenge and the Tyrant's Rage, but Atlas gets taken down thanks to the Death Sonata, but there is the Primal Wrath coming out. Will there be the damage? But there isn't, as a Petrify coming in from Kevinator, and Beatrix Melly finally gets some kills on the board with this 427 KDA. Being the silent marksman, we were focusing on Tharun so much as he got those solo kills, but the rotation coming in from the side of is there as Void right now needs to pull up his pants, or really needs to get the ball rolling. Will he be able to get the retribution? And no, he does not, and he does eat a face full of Rhapsody as Void will be taken up quite low. The knockup is there, and legendary indeed Shion, not only with his character but also the gameplay. Troll AB is there with the Bravest Fighter, and Bobby QT and a Void will have to back out, and right now there's the Death Sonata just to provide a little bit of poke damage. And Linwell, I think, is it too early to say it's time to get back to the drawing board, or is there a possibility that they can defend since it's only the level 1 Lord?
Well, yeah, considering there's 2 turrets still alive in the mid lane, I think it's still possible, but Team Crane will need to pull out their stops. If SHOMONATION uses the Lord as a bait and instead focuses on a team wipeout, it's just going to be so hard to defend their push. And we have Void here distancing a bit, the Tyrant's Revenge being charged up.
Yeah, we can see, but Void, though, Void getting a kill on Melee Wing thanks to the rough waves. He's been executing that perfectly. And right now, Tyrant's Revenge, but nobody home as he will get caught. There's the Fatal Links on to Nihon, trying to catch him, a double knockup coming through. As we can see, Earth Shatter is there, but the Tyrant's Revenge and the Breath of the Ocean. But Nihon does go down thanks to Tharun and the Torn Apart Memory. As we can see, Troll AB will be the one to engage, but doesn't have the flicker right now, as they're able to successfully defend all their inhibitors. It's just Void really got to pull up his socks. He should start making these shot calls for the team. The confidence of the team is kind of low, I can say, but it will come down to how this jungler Boxia is a really great jungler. You just got to know how to utilize him, and I think Team Cry can do that since they are here into these the 3rd place match, Linwell.
Yeah, indeed. And I think they'll be able to do so soon, as Void is almost completing his Athena shield. So he'll be able to face tank Kadita's rough waves and possibly, be a bit more aggressive. So it's only a matter of seconds. But we have the Tyrant's Rage being chanted by any Chan. Doesn't connect though, and the rest of Shom Nation will back off a bit. Our position for engage.
Yeah, you
Cyber
can
being
see
used.
Renner shot right there, but misses. And we can see Bobby QT doesn't want to engage. He wants to disengage at this point because Nihan is charging up the Tyrant's Revenge. Meanwhile, in the top lane, will Tharun get caught because they are making the rotation and it's quite quick. Stroll AB not letting him recall. Use the Bravest Fighter. The Flicker is coming out, but will he get it? The Corrosive Strike is not there, but eats a face full of Rhapsody. Xion gets the kill once more. He is 12:06, not taking that one single time. And you can see Tyrant's Revenge going in, but they get straight on this Atlas, who gets double knocked up and taken down by the rough waves coming in from Kevinator. And right now, Kevinator screams Terminator, and I think I don't want to face him at this point.
Indeed. And Void here being called off. Xion will be dealt a lot of damage to Void.
Oh, Void will flicker, but will get taken down. And there is no more frontline, no more damage coming in. I'm not sure what Team Cry got to do right now, but they got to think of something quick as the Lord spawns. But they are knocking at their door as the Tyrant's Revenge is there, and they will get taken down as they eat face full of bullets coming in from Xion and Melly. But there's the 3-man Fatal Link, but Nibira's Passion comes out, Earth Shatter, and there's the Primal Wrap. Will there be enough damage? No, there isn't, as they get a full 5-man wipeout from the side of Team Shomo Nation. The Recall Taunts coming in. They are playing mind games right now. They are chunking down at this crystal, and will take game number 1 in best of 5 series for the 3rd place. And that was one heck of a game to get us started, Linwo.
What a battle, what a team fight. At the end though, you saw a bit of flicker play from the side of Valentina. I believe she thought she copied the Kadita's rough ways, but instead got the Granger's Deadly Sonata and flickered with the Deadly Sonata instead. So that was a bit unconventional. Could have maybe taken down someone from that trade. But yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. But at that point, Shom Nation was already so far ahead. Granger 1408, 0 deaths, highest goal, and just so much highest damage in the team too. I was thinking about that Team Shom Nation would struggle a bit in the early game because of the Team Cry's aggressive comp. And the frontliners from Team Crush are also really tanky, but Xion and Kevinator just didn't let through and dealt the damage. Although Melly did struggle a bit in the goal lane, but later on with from the rotations, just was able to pull through and deal so much damage for your team. So we see a bit of analysis from both sides here. Team Cry in the last team fight was very crucial as Atlas landed a 3-man fatal links at that situation, and the knockups were insane also from Paniatakan with S1, but the damage was not enough, I believe so, as at that point it was only Void, Paniatakan, and Babicuti. So the damage mostly coming from Void and Tarun, as they were already dead. So at that point, I think it was too late. So Shom Nation taking the first victory for this fight, but there will be more matches, and maybe Team Cry will need to ban out certain heroes and maybe target ban, I suppose, or get a different draft, maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, they could go for a different draft, right, Linwell. And let's give these players the time to rest because that game 1 was really energetic. And we did bring that to you perfectly as well. I mean, they played it perfectly as well. I don't think both the teams had any problems as such. Maybe Team Cry just got a little too eager in the early game and forced too many invades. So it didn't really work out for them. So it kind of backfired there. Yes, they could have taken a step back after their first invade just to make sure they will have something to go on. But they didn't really do that. They were trying to go head to head once again and once again. And let's not forget, Granger is really great at kiting this entire composition that comes in from the side of Team Cry. Maybe instead of going for an Atlas, since they had 2 frontliners, they could have possibly picked up maybe an Estes or maybe a Rafaela, even a Matilda maybe at this point. And it just goes to show that these teams really are testing the waters right now, we can say. It is a 5-game series after all. They're just testing the waters. And it will take some time for them to come online. And I hope this goes all the way to a best of 5 series. That's what we like to see all the time. And just to keep the viewers entertained. And let's not forget that it's to keep us casters engaged and entertained as well, because we are really not only entertaining you guys, we're entertained ourselves by watching this gameplay and casting it to you. And right now, let's on that note, Linwell, let's just take a short break and be right back for the next game of this series, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. Call your friends, call your family, all your Mobile Legends family. Let's not forget, this is the third place match. We want to give these teams the respect that they deserve, and make sure that everybody is watching this out there. So let's take a quick break and be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I remember the ocean. Memories die out too hard.
Hello guys, welcome back to the Battleknights Project India Season 1. This is the second match of this series. We're having the third place match here. Team SHOMONATION versus Team Cry. We saw the first game, how both teams faced off. Team Cry with the aggression, SHOMONATION also with the reply, saying that we're not done yet. We're gonna win this game and we're not gonna give you a chance. So Team Cry will have to stand up on this and maybe change a bit on their strategies to counter the specific sets which some nation has been going for. But they'll be offered that, I think. And yeah, before that, I'm your caster Linwell, and join me today is Kronos. Take it away.
Yo, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction forward. What happened in game one, and not only that, for us casters as well, Linwell. But right now, we are excited. This is a best of 5 series. It's going to go to game 2. I don't want to wait. Let's not keep the viewers waiting. Let's head straight into the draft right now. Because at this point, Team SHOMONATION will be on the blue side and Team Cry will be on the red. They will be switching places after every single match, as we see that go up on screen. And right now, the question is, Linwell, do they ban out some of these heroes? Or do they redraft around their own strategy? Because by no means was Team Cry's strategy any bad, right? Yes, they might have picked a different frontliner in terms of having either the Edith or the Alice. They could have switched that up a little bit, those 2 picks, but the rest of them were pretty good because Void and Avoid were doing Void, to be honest. Avoid on that Valentina was doing fantastic, absolutely. Finding the pickoffs, finding those big clutch kills at the same time. And Tharun on this Brody as well, getting 2 solo kills. That was quite immaculate for his team to get that snowball rolling, but they did lose out a little bit in the jungle, and especially when it came to those invades. So maybe they can execute the same draft in a different way and just switch up some of these patterns. But this Florin being banned out from the side of SHOMONATION, they don't want to deal with that sustainability composition. And the side of Team Cry, they had a problem with that trampoline in the Breath of the Ocean from the Kadira, and they banned it out entirely.
Yep, indeed. And I think they'll allow them to maybe keep the aggression. I don't think they want to stop Kronos. I think they want to keep on invading. So I believe this comp is just going to revolve around that. So we saw the Krita being banned out here, and SHOMONATION still sticking with their 2 earlier bans from the previous game. The Florian and the Fanny. They know SHOMONATION. They know Team Cry wants to do this early game pressure. So they're getting those 2 really crucial heroes out of the composition. So Team Cry could go either for the similar Basha strats or maybe perhaps a different jungler. Although I believe Basha is pretty much easier to invade. Perhaps an Esmeralda, but she doesn't get her power spike till the Starfall at level 4.
I mean, that is true. Those are alternatives for the side of their team, but SHOMONATION going with the same bans as they did for game 1, and Team Cry taking out that Terizla like they did in game 1, but leaving some of the picks open, because I'm not really sure what that pick was instead of the Kadita, but it is left open towards the side of SHOMONATION. But now they want to pick up the Valentina. Kevin here goes for it. He wants to show what he can do with this Valentina instead of that being in the hands of a Void. And this might be a clutch battle because, once again, Valentina not only a great hero in the meta, but also brings about such mind games in the draft. Because you got to rethink your entire strategy. Like I said, you can't really give those big fat ultimates that she wants and make use of it and utilize it to the maximum potential. Right now, it seems like Team Cry will have to go back to the drawing board and think what exactly needs to be their composition.
Indeed, and Babicuti and Avoid will be able to lock in these heroes, which, as you said, a lot of heroes are still open. The Tarun is going in for that Brody, which is a really comfort pick from his side, although props to him, though, he does play really well at it. So Team Cry will be selling for their goal lane, and Pani attack him on that Lapu Lapu. The bravest fighter might be taken back by Cavinator this time, like we saw in the previous game, where Avoid took the bravest fighter from SHOMONATION instead and killed reverse Uno guard, killed the side of Team SHOMONATION. That was really funny to watch, and I'm hoping we see something similar to that from Kevinator here.
I mean, that was a really great interaction indeed. Avoid coming in clutch with that Braves fighter. He even flickered for that one, if I'm not wrong. And that was really great. But right now, I think the previous match they had Panye Takam on a leash a little bit, giving that Edith where he's not really able to make that big of a play because he doesn't have the range advantage. He doesn't have that mobility that we like to see. And picking up this Lapu Lapu might really be the key for the victory for them, as Anichan here picking up this Kufra once again, and Melly going for this Beatrix once again. So they're not entirely shifted from their composition, making a little bit of tweaks. And right now, they avoid picking up this Chang'e. And we know what Chang'e can do in this current meta. Has that wave clear, has that magic damage, the slow as well. The movement speed is there. Can really chunk down at these frontline targets if she gets one of the first two items going. Seems like Team Cry have a plan, Team SHOMONATION as well. They just have to see how they will finish that plan with the second phase of the draft.
Indeed. And there are a lot of answers still being open. Team Cry will need to prioritize some specific roamers. So we might see SHOMONATION either ban these out, or maybe even junglers who will be a detrimental issue to their plan. As we see Esmeralda getting banned from side of Team Cry, though. I was thinking they would go for the Esma pick in this stat, but I guess Esma against the Lapu would favor the Esma in the laning phase at least. So looking out for Panye Takam, getting that rid of his board. But there are still a lot of options. Still, the Joy is there, the Glue is there. Even, I was going to say Uranus, but never mind. Okay, Kaja getting banned out here is really huge, because Kaja in an aggressive early game invade comp is very annoying to deal with, you could say so. And he just provides so much damage and regen, being a frontliner and not allowing the enemies to have that mobility. And when he gets the Divine Judgment, it's gonna deal out a lot of shutdowns, and Anishan even might get cut off. So it's very smart coming from SHOMONATION for this ban. But there are still a lot here still open here. Void is gonna be having the last ban for the side of Team Cry, and he goes for the Yuzong.
Betray the world. Then let
And
the
right
world
now, this Yuzhong being banned out, they're taking out these EXP laners coming in from the side of Team Cry, so that this Chang'e and Brody can really be protected and nobody can be dove upon. And let's not forget, like you mentioned, this in-lane battle that comes against the Lapu Lapu as well. So giving him a little bit of a favor in this game and banning out this Minotaur from the side of SHOMONATION, taking out the roamers that the side of Team Cry will need, as right now there are not many left on the table. Yes, there's the Atlas, there's the Lolita, and to be honest, apart from that, I can't really think of too many other roam picks that will actually make a difference for the side of Team Cry. As there's the Grok. How can we forget that one, Limbo?
Yeah, okay. If Babicuity locks this, it's going to be really huge. We've seen him play the Grok in previous games and set up really well, did a lot of damage also. And he really knows how to utilize those walls too, which we've not seen much players use them to their perfection. And we'll be locking in this Grok. I'm really excited if he goes for this, and he does. Okay, this is just going to set up so much plays for Team Cry. They're just going to be able to do more aggressive plays, and even, be able to face tank the Kufra with the S1 charge, just getting it CC immune and blocking the Tyrant's Revenge from Kufra. Maybe he could avoid that with a flicker, but it's a lot of resources to be extended. And don't forget the wall charge, which is a huge knock-up skill and has a huge long crowd control duration. But Xion is going to lock in the Leomord to counter this a bit and troll a B, possibly. Okay, I was going to say Ruby, but going for this pick, I'm not certain which he's going for. It's a bit confused because the draft from the side of Team Cry has a lot of aggression, has a lot of damage. So the split from the Gru is understandable, and we'll be able to kite and navigate through the enemy, the team fight, I guess. So,
I mean, only that, this rotation from the side of Team Cry will be so quick because the power of nature from Grok and Chang'e able to clear the lane in about 2 seconds. So they'll be everywhere around the map. It'll just come down to these rotations that the side of Team SHOMONATION were able to pull off in the previous game. And right now, Team Cry need to pull off in this one to even the series, which is a best of 5. And Team Cry topping the cherry off of their draft with this Martis in the jungle. I think this Martis is really a great pick indeed. Not only will he be able to sustain in these team fights, he can provide that decimation just to finish off these opponents. And right now, it looks like an exciting game once again, Linwell. They're bringing us action-packed games, one after the other. I mean, at least the draft is.
Yeah, I'm really loving this draft from Team Cry. Earlier draft was certain, so but it was not exactly the perfect draft against the side of Team SHOMONATION, especially since they had the early game answer. And Basha, the frontline jungler at the time, had a lot of difficulty since the damage from Team SHOMONATION was so much, the mage and the jungler combined. But we saw the Khadija getting banned out in this phase, so it's going to allow them to be slightly more in their favor. But we don't forget the Valentina can be still huge. And with an array of great ultimates here, the wall charge, the decimation from the Martis, and even the bravest fighter from Lapu could be really good key potential skills, which will be used in this upcoming team fight.
Now, let's not forget that meteor shower from Chang'e as well, and avoid will be key in this entire game for the side of Team Cry, and as is Kevin Nader for the side of SHOMONATION. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we should be going into the land of Dawn for game number 2 in this best of 5 series. And while we're at it, let's make sure to thank everyone behind the scenes as well, as this tournament is brought to you by Battleknights Esports, powered by Mobile Saiyans, management by Mayura Esports, and streamed by Bad Tanker the Legend. And right now, we are in Land of Dawn, game number 2 between Team SHOMONATION, which is on the blue side, and Team Cry on the red. Team SHOMONATION already took game 1 for this best of 5 series for the 3rd place. Will they be able to take game 2, or will Team Cry be able to even out the series, as both the teams have their priorities set straight and will be making their place in this game?
Indeed, a bit of leashing here from side of SHOMONATION will be allowing them to have a faster rotate there on the side of both team strokes, focusing more on the wave clearance. And we have Tyrant's Revenge being connected on Void, going to them to half HP, will be forcing them to have a slow rotate. Both the roamer and the mage going down to half HP is gonna allow them to play more passively. And side of SHOMONATION dominating the map here, and Lito is still not being taken by both junglers. Anichan going for another Tyrant's Revenge, but backs off.
Yeah, the Tyrant's Revenge didn't really connect to anybody right there. As we can see, Kevin Nader trying to clear out the minion wave. I think Bobby QT and Avoid are really not playing the aggressive as aggressively as they can, because they have the faster wave clear. They have the potential for the faster rotation. I'm not really sure what they're waiting for. Probably Void's a power spike right now. And Linwell, I think there might be a time for these team fights to come out, but seems like nobody wants to go for them. And we can see both the junglers level 4, and Shiun already has that Phantom Steed.
Indeed, Avoid might be caught off guard, but no, backs off. Yeah, I was expecting Barbecue to, face tank some more of those Tyrant's Revenge and maybe initiate the team fights, but Avoid here going with the S1.
Yeah, the Mortal Coil just to disengage right there, as there is the Phantom Seed that connects, and Shiun will be on that horse marching in on them, but chooses to disengage as everybody backs off as the turtle spawns, and he won't be having that really game-changing ultimate for that one. Will that be priority from the side of Team Cry to pick that up?
Yep, indeed. Troll may be doing a bit of poke here to Barbecue. Not really catching him though. And Ichan here missing that. Barbecue with the immune.
Oh, the bravest fighter goes in, and you can see Ashraz is coming out, but the split is there, and the first blood going to Void, taking down Kevin Nader, as there is the meteor shower getting a lot of that damage, and Brock, Bobby QT goes down, Nihan taken quite low, but will flicker out to survive, as there is the Mortal Coil coming in from the side of Void. Troll AB with the split with the flicker as well, and there he grabs onto a Void right now, and he's taking him quite low, but will they go for it? And he chose not to, but there is Shiuna with that damage. He comes in and able to get a kill onto a Void, as there's the Phantom Steed that comes down, and you can see he's being zoned out by Panye Takam. There's a wild charge connecting. Decimation gets the kill on towards this glue. And right now, it seems like the side of SHOMONATION facing that early game aggression from the side of Team Cry once again, but this time, will they be able to make a comeback?
Indeed, I hopefully hope so. So we'll see a bit more games here. But the rest of Team Cry will be going to melee on the top lane here to Rune, possibly.
Yeah, Bobby QT there wants to make the rotation, but Nihan catches him immediately, and now they want to back off as Kevin Nader is there along with Nihan, who wants to take this minion wave down a little quicker. Bobby QT and Avoid will be, you can see Nihan charging the Tyrant's Revenge. It catches Bobby QT, who has the power of nature to get away. And right now, the EXP laners just having their own little game in the bottom lane, but it's all about this goal lane power spike, right, Linwell?
Indeed, and here Barbecue go with the power of nature, and Ani-chan charging the Tyrant Revenge doesn't go in though. Sees the doesn't see the opening and forced to back off. But we'll speak a bit of the team fights here. You know, Barbecue has been able to land the perfect walls and really great zoning here, even in that bush currently. Rest of Team SHOMONATION, though, will be able to find a certain outlook, maybe target on possible backliners and start off team fights off of that. But as so far, the zoning potential from the side of Barbecue has just been on point. But Team SHOMONATION won't be giving off as the rest of them are gathered here in the top bush for a team fight. Melly possibly could get a cut off card.
That was so close there. He got the Cyclone Eye, but wasn't really able to get out of there with the dash. But you can see the Phantom Seed coming out, and Lapu Lapu gets taken down thanks to Shiun right there, and coming in from Kevin Nader too. And Panye Takam getting caught off quite often in the previous game as well. He has this Lapu Lapu. He has to make it work. And right now you can see Troll AB chunking down on the Gold Shield as Meteor showers you. Nibiru's Passion, and there is the Rocket from Tyrant's Revenge. And Bobby QT will get taken down. Quite aggressive indeed. Torn apart memory comes out from the side of Tharun, but doesn't catch anyone right there. As we can see the turtle spawns Linwell.
Indeed, and that will be enabling, you know, look at Void's positioning. I'm really loving this. We'll be able to possibly steal here. Ponytakam with a bit of support, though it seems to be allowing Shion to go back here.
The bravest fighter coming out. There's the Raging Slash, gets Shion quite low, but Troll AB sticks onto him like a piece of glue that he is as Phantom Steed comes out and Panyetokam gets taken down once again. And meanwhile, the top lane solo kill. This time, Melly really getting the benefit of the doubt and taking down Tharun, who was having a dominating game. But there's the decimation that got the kill onto Nihan, and Meteor Shower comes out onto Kevin Nader just to make sure he gets zoned away, so they will be able to siege at this mid lane turret. But Melly was able to get that top lane tier 3 instead, as a Bobby QT trying to get out of there with the power of nature, as standing next to the walls will make sure he is immune to all that CC, as Avoid trying to chase down Shion, but I don't think that's the best thing you can do to a Leomord, as a split comes out from Troll AB just to disengage. But right now I'm not sure what it really wants to do, because he's in two minds, does he want to engage or not?
Yeah, I feel like that's a bit more of a, you know, causing the enemy team to slowly waste their resources. So a distraction, so to say, from side of Team SHOMONATION, and wonderfully played. So as you know, Team Croy is falling off a bit on those rotations. They're being cut off, and pincer attacks and certain even ambushes here. Kevin Nader really good positioning. Barbecue will be able to force him back though. Gets terrified. And both teams do have their item set. The first two item sets here. Go for getting the...
Oh, you can see the Tyrant's Revenge and Rage connecting, but there is the Mortal Coil, but doesn't really be able to get out. Meteor Shower for the damage, but there is the pull coming in, and he gets taken down, as right now Avoid forced to flicker out Bennet's Rage just to clear out the minion wave quite quick. And right now, Panyetokam, I'm not really sure, going for the bravest fighter. He should be using that to clear the lane, but you can see there's the Raging Slashes. Torn apart memory gets the kill on the Troll AB as they're able to take him down, but Melly with the damage and mega kill right now. I really want to see what items Beatrix got.
Indeed, it seems like he completed a BOD already, got a penetration from the Fury Hammer, and you add the Legion Sword as well, with certain emblems too. Considering Assassin Emblem, the penetration, the damage is just so much. As okay, Turin goes for an aggressive play.
Yeah, he gets caught out though, and he gets shut down by side of Melly, but Shiun getting the trade onto the gold laner indeed, as a Void right now trying to defend his mid lane turret, should be able to do so quite easily, and Void getting that turtle quite low, as Troll AB trying to get some vision and peel for his team, but Bobby QT is right there with the Guardian's Barrier, and let's not forget that game-changing wild charge that he can make. And Kevin Nader has picked up that wild charge for quite some time now, has the flicker as well. He just needs to engage right now, and he's not going for the Tyrant's Revenge and Rage connecting. There's the wild charge, and finally connecting that. Shion picks up the kill on towards Bobby QT, and it might be really funny interaction, Linwell, but when you see that never mind. Troll AB split, and he grabs on a Void right there as the Banish Rage comes out, and Melly taking that Void quite low, but the Mortal Coil to no avail as he gets taken down. Troll AB gets taken down as well. Thanks to the Meteor Shower, there is the Phantom Seed coming in. Corrosive Strike just to make sure he doesn't get caught off guard, and they will be able to take that 1-for-1 trade. And Linwell, I was saying, it's really funny when Valentina steals your ultimate and uses against you, doesn't it? But Brody once again taken down. They're not giving a chance for us as Panye Takam goes in with the Raging Flash with the Flicker and gets everyone low, but there is no follow-up as there is no Martis, there is no Brody. They need to finish them off, and there's no damage coming in as Bobby QT there with a little bit of a damage gets poked out quite a bit, and they should be able to siege at this tier 3 turret in the mid lane, but will they be able to defend? Only time. Well, there's the Flicker Wild Charge coming in and the Tyrant's Revenge, and they get a kill onto Bobby QT once again for the trade against Nihan, and there's the Phantom Seed that came in, Raging Slash from the Lapu Lapu, and he gets taken down indeed as Shiun will get shut down by Tharun. They get a better trade, a 2-for-3 however, but the mid lane tower still stands, and they are going at it once again. They are so thirsty for this mid lane turret. Bennett's Rage just to zone them away. There's the slam and grab coming on as Void will get taken down, and Melly is, I can say, definitely online.
Indeed, but Caminator will be taken down for a trade, and it's a jungler for a mage, so it isn't that best optimum. But so far, SHOMONATION has been playing so well in the sense of having the aggression play perfectly well, and they know who to target. They've been punishing certain, even Troll AB, Troll AB has been punishing Polytachim so much, and the aggression from the glue, the heal from the split from the S1 is just so much, especially since you're a Pokecom and you're from side of Team Cry, you want to get pickoffs, and Troll AB has just been providing so much, as even though he gets caught off, the heal allows him to do so.
Yeah, you can see Nihan trying to charge up in the Tyrant's Revenge, but there is Panye Takam who's trying to take the Lord but doesn't get it, and you can see Melly getting that last hit on the Lord as SHOMONATION pick up this tier 1 Lord at the moment, and they should be able to get a little bit of damage like we saw in the previous game onto these tier 2 turrets, but the bot lane turret has been taken out, so if the Lord will march down the bot lane level.
Indeed, and this is gonna be a bit of hard situation since you're already having so many turrets down, and the vision also provided from the side of Bobby QT is not sufficient enough, since Troll AB and Aichan has been applying so much pressure, even taking off air, the Tyrant's Rage being connected.
Yeah, you can see that coming out, but he's taken down quite early thanks to that Meteor Shower. And Torn Apart Memory almost gets a kill on Melly right there. Was going to be clutch coming in from Tharun, but wasn't able to get the finishing touch to that kill. They really need that shutdown on that Beatrix, and they're looking for it and hungry to see if they can get that as they are sieging at this mid lane tier 2 turret. But the side of Team Cry want to be able to defend that, and looks like they will, as the Wild Charge is expended only for that reason, and the Meteor Shower is there to provide the extra bit of damage. That Corrosive Strike onto Troll AB, who uses the slam to try to get away, but will there be that? There it is, that Torn Apart Memory getting the kill. Phantom Seed going in as Tharun used the full Corrosive Strike and the Flicker to get out. Shion caught with the pincer maneuver quite in between all of the team members of the side of Team Cry who don't want to let go of this game. They are quite persistent and want to be able to even up the series.
Indeed, and hopefully they will be able to do so. And I think they might also in the late game. Chang'e is just gonna have that power spike, and the ultimates are just gonna go down almost every second. And Tarun is also going to get stronger as the game progresses, but they have been able to make up their comebacks, and the positioning also is pretty good from the side of Team Cry, able to adapt to Team SHOMONATION's aggressiveness and pincer momentum. So they've been taking these objectives also. Even the bottom lane, you see Martis here trying to get this turret, though will be caught off guard by Troll AB, and we have May here.
Oh, he gets caught out by the bravest fighter from Panye Takam, who flickers out, just doesn't want to get caught, really expending that quite early, knowing, but there's a Tyrant's Revenge on the 2 from Nihan, but there's nobody home for the rest of the team to follow up with the damage as Troll AB trying to go in with this grab and the slam, but the split able to make him survive as there is the Phantom Steed, but there is the knockup with the Wild Charge. They get taken down as Panye Takam is quite deep, but will get taken down thanks to Melly, who has the damage right now, and so does Tharun. Darwin. It has been the battle of the goal laners thus far as Avoid will get taken low, but there's the decimation Wind of Nature to make sure he survives. And there is that clutch play coming in from the marksman. As the meteor shower is there, will he be able to get the kill? Yes, he does. Avoid sensing that they will still be in that brush and picking them up right there as the Lord spawns them. And this game has been action-packed, absolutely.
Indeed, and both teams, just not giving up and just facing off trades after trades. But we'll see SHOMONATION here with the Lord, though. BabyQt trying to give this vision, will be poked a lot by Troll AB, and the rest of team SHOMONATION goes on to BabyQt.
Yeah, you can see godlike melee right now. At the torn apart memory, Kevinator finally gets taken down as the Renner Shard's being hovered and you get Spanier to come. And you can see Avoid trying to be able to deal the damage as the Phantom Seed comes out. They have no answer to that at the moment. Torn apart memory, but he flickers. I'm not really sure what Thurman was thinking right there. He does not have the corrosive strike. He will get taken. Oh, he survives for a little longer, but he gets shut down finally. A little bit of a misplay, you can say, with that flicker coming right there. I'm not really sure why he was so greedy for that kill on the glue. You really want to be getting that kill on towards the marksman and Beatrix. As you can see, they are going for the Lord right now. Avoid with the early meteor shower. Not really sure will they be able to take this Lord, as there's the split coming out. Mortal coil as well. Bouncing ball expended, and they will grab onto Troll as Void gets taken down. And there's the Guardian's barrier. Will he able to get that knockup? Bravest Fighter comes out, and there's the Renner Shot, the Phantom Steed. They get Panya Itakam this time, and you can see meteor shower to deal the damage, but BabyQt taken out quite low, and so is Melly and Shiyun, but there's no finish as BabyQt will get taken down thanks to the grab coming in from Troll AB there. And Linwell, they are doing the damage, but there is no finish coming in, which the side of SHOMONATION have with this Leomord.
Yeah, that's because Void has been taken out a lot early on. I was hoping the decimation could be used to finish off them. But being a frontliner also for your team is gonna come with consequences, and those consequences are not getting those kills. And this is gonna make it much more harder for side of Team Cry, because SHOMONATION is just getting that lead so far ahead, and their persistence for this team fight, just as it goes on, it's just gonna get stronger. As if you don't shut down Troll AB, it's just gonna get split after split and get more kills and FaceTime, be more of a menace to the side of Team Cry here, as Void will be sort of picked off. Never mind, Retribution coming in, but okay, manages to get it strangely somehow due to the jungle's passive. I mean, the jungle knife's passive, I think.
Yeah, that's the reason he got it for sure. And maybe Linwell, I'm not sure if it's too early to say, but is Troll AB split really splitting the side of Team Cry apart in these team fights?
Well, yeah, I think it's the other end here, as we see the really good usage of the walls here by the side of Grog, though. But Lord will be marching down in the top lane, and BabyQt face tanking a bit, and will be poked down a bit here. We see SHOMONATION not really going in here. Troll AB trying to set up. Anichan might start up a Tyrant's Revenge.
Yeah, we can see that it is being charged up. Who will he catch? And yes, he does. It picks out one, but there's the Mortal Coil, Phantom Steed, and the Guardians, all being used at the same time. You can see Torn Apart Memory getting the kill as BabyQt as well gets taken down. Finally, Avoid gets the kill onto Kevinator on a killing spree right now. And the side of a team SHOMONATION, will they be able to do the damage as, yes, the grab will be able to get the kill as they get 4-0 right now. And that's a full 5-man wipeout coming in from the side of Team SHOMONATION as they will be taken down, and Team Cry finally having the answers. Will they be able to end though? They have a 1 cannon minion, but 2 of them are gonna spawn in 15 seconds. That was a great fight indeed, Linville. I missed a lot of that too. If you could break it down for us, what really happened there?
Okay, so the reason why Team Cry got the advantage in that side was mainly due to BabyQt. I love the wall charge coming in to stop the Trench Rage, and possibly even Shion came with aggression but was knocked up, and that crowd control effect just allowed the rest of Team Cry to deal a lot of damage and get a 2-for-1 trade, which already huge in the beginning, and they are fighting their base, so split isn't gonna do that much, as you're gonna take that true damage, and you're not gonna able to tank that much of like dish out that much defensiveness for your side of SHOMONATION, as we have here Void here being caught off a bit early on.
Yeah, that's the story of the day so far. Void always being caught early, right? He wants to be there to be able to finish off the fights. And right now, the Lord has spawned. And mind you, guys, it's been past 18 minutes. This is a level 3 Lord. And it seems like both the teams don't want to give up on it because they know it's make or break for them. And they could possibly run away with the series. And Panietaka makes a slight bit of an error in positioning and gets taken down as everyone raining down all the damage on him. As you can see, Troll AB trying to provide the zone. And finally, the side of Team SHOMONATION have the numbers advantage, so will they be able to take this Lord? But Tarun there providing that split push potential just so that nobody will be able to, they will not have a free time taking this Lord, but Guardian Barrier trying to cancel out this Lord. As you can see, Avoid and Void being zoned quite hard as there he goes, the Mortal Coin, the red. And you can see that Bobby QT gets taken down, but that wild charge was quite necessary, and so does Starren right now. And Void with the Mortal Coil to disengage, but all 5 members from the side of SHOMONATION are alive. Will they be able to end? Will Avoid and Void be able to defend this base? The 2 brothers for this team coming in. As to see the Phantom Seed coming out, there is the Meteor Shower, and Void with the Mortal Coil just to disengage. The Lord spawns at the right time, and right now, Panietaka coming out the bravest fighter, and you can see he's providing so much peel for the team as Void is the damage dealer right now. He has the wave clear. Penetrate just to clear out the Lord quite early, but they're not able to do so. Team SHOMONATION extended one time in this game so far, and they wiped out completely. And will they be able to do it again? As you can see, the Meteor Shower dealing so much damage to their team. And right now, Avoid is going to be a key player for the side of Team Cry. And Team SHOMONATION able to take down this Lord quite early, but they gave a little bit of a breathing room to the side of Team Cry. Will they be able to make that epic comeback, Linwell?
Indeed, they might be able to do so, but it's going to be really hard. But they do still have an opportunity since the mid lane inhibitor is still out, and Leo Murd might be caught off guard here.
He will be. The immortality is popped as the Guardian's Barrier coming out, and finally Chang'e Void is unstoppable. And right now the side of Team SHOMONATION really need to pick her off, right? She is the damage dealer. She has to be the target, and Anihan here trying to catch her off guard, but not able to do so thanks to all the CC and peel coming in from the side of Team Cry. And right now they have the numbers advantage. If it's the time to push, it is now. Maybe for a pickoff as well, but the Lord still needs 80 seconds to spawn, Linwell.
Indeed, and that'll be enough for Xian to spawn in a bit. Rest of Team SHOMONATION understanding this and spacing up, not to get caught off guard. And so far, that has been the team for the entire matchup so far. And it's just a matter of who gets called off early on. It's just giving the other team the advantage. Usually, most of the time we see Void being called off, but this time it was Xion instead, thus giving the advantage to the side of Team Cry. Though both teams need to understand this and sort of play off of that, and they will be going on to this Troll AB.
I mean, it's really necessary to expend all these ultimates onto a glue. That is the real question, as they did so many Meteor Shower, Guardian's Barrier, Wild Charge, all being used. And you can see Troll AB still full HP, and right now SHOMONATION want to go for the re-engage. There is the Phantom Steed, but there's the Wild Tiger's Revenge as well, taking down Void right now. And they're going for the back line, as there is the Phantom Steed, and they get a shutdown finally onto a Void, and Void goes down as well, along with Tarun. But Lapu Panietaka trying to go for the back door, and Bobby QT not letting Kevinator really recall. But in that fight, we know the tank will go out, as we can see that the Lord has spawned, and seems like Panietaka has bought some breathing room for his team, as Bobby QT and Kevinator both flickering out of danger over there, as they are going in for the 4-man push. Avoid is not there, Tarun is not there, so is Avoid, and Panietaka, the lone fighter that he is, Lapu, the bravest fighter, will he go for it? He avoids that big Phantom Seed coming in. There's the Raging Slash. He is able to defend, takes down all the minions. There's only one cannon minion pending. Will they be able to end space? Yes, they will. The side of Team SHOMONATION take game number 2 in best of 5 series, and possibly match point in the next game as well. And Team Cry really gave them a nail-biting finish, but they need to be able to find these great engages, Linwell. Break it down. What was that fight? What was going on in this game for us?
Okay, so at the last moment there in top fight, yeah, as you pointed out, there's a bit of over-wasted abilities onto that glue. They didn't really deal that much damage, extended so much resources. And after you do that at a point, like you just want to get out of that place as fast as possible, because the rest of the enemy team and SHOMONATION will be coming in for the revenge, for getting the team fights. They know the side of Team Cry have already used most of their abilities, so they will be able to capitalize on that. But we saw Void taking the crab instead, and at that point you're already full build. You don't really want to be in a bad position. So this has always been a game of positioning for the side of Team Cry. They've always messed up in their positioning and get picked off early on, and from that, Team SHOMONATION has just been able to snowball, win those team fights. They already have the advantage in goal and sort of like positioning. So after you mess up, they just take advantage of that and they won over those team fights. Although Pani Takam, I'd say, did almost a great job in almost defending that. But the damage shred from the rest of Team SHOMONATION was just insane and couldn't be able to do so, thus losing that battle. And this will be a 2 victories, I think, for SHOMONATION. And next game just might be a game if Team Cry doesn't bring in their A game.
Yeah, it will be match point indeed. But right now, Linwell, the question is, has Bobby QT really been underperforming? Has the nerves got to him since this is such a big game? The third place for Battleknights Project India Season 1. Is the nerves really getting to him? Because in the game 1, we saw him on this Atlas. He wasn't really able to do much, but he did get these crucial pickoffs. But there was no follow-up. The positioning was entirely wrong. There was no real communication going in for the team. But in the second game, this Grok that we were so excited to see, and you yourself, well, you said it, you were really pretty excited to see this Grok, but was he really able to give those big flicker wild charge engages? Maybe we saw 1 or 2 out of these 21 kills that they have. And was that the possible game changer?
Well, I think it was, because the way how roamers work is, if you apply aggression to the enemy's backline, they will be forced to extend resources on that. So this time, I saw Bobby QT play more of a passive role instead, answering to the enemy's initiates, and that is not really what you want to do as Grok. And maybe possibly in the early game, since you don't have the level 4, but after you have the level 4, after you have the flicker and the items to tank a lot of damage, you have to go for these plays, especially if you want to reach certain targets. But if he goes for that, no one is really there for the follow-up. Avoid is there with the meteor shower, but that won't be enough, as the damage won't be enough to shred the rest of Team SHOMONATION. So I'm guessing if usually when you go for a Grok pick, it's better to go for an assassin jungler. And inside of Void, he tried to have the answer, tried to be ready for the initiates by Bobby QT. But you saw him get picked off a lot in the early two, even to the late game phase. So it was a bit of a draft misplay, I don't know, or either that, like, because of certain aspects of that, they lost a lot of team fights, lost a lot of engages, and therefore couldn't be able to stop this Kufra, couldn't be able to stop the Shion on the Phantom Steed.
Yeah, I mean, I think it all came down to the positioning, right? Because Void's job was to be able to finish them off with the decimation and immediately go and deal the damage. But he wasn't really able to do so. Like you said, he got picked off every time he tried to go in. So Bobby QT has been playing the passive role in the series thus far in both the games. And if they need to win the next game to make sure they don't lose out on this third place match and cement their place in the Battleknights history, they will have to make sure Bobby QT is really on a comfortable hero, give him the priority that he wants to play so that he will be able to apply the pressure on the map. And a good roamer, when he has the positive mindset, the entire team will know that there is no way that they can lose. And that's what this Nihan has brought with these 2 Kufra games coming in. It just is a matter of time. Will Bobby QT be able to brush off this entire losses that they've taken, and will they be able to make a big comeback in the next game? As ladies and gentlemen, we will be going into a short break. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, as it is match point for Shomo Nation and a possible epic comeback from the side of Team Cry, who could go for the reverse sweep from here on too. Let's not forget, in M1, RRQ had 3 games in the bag in the best of 7 series, and Evos made a 4-game comeback, and that was a reverse sweep coming in and making sure they won that series as well. So anything could happen. It is Mobile Legends Bang Bang after all. And this is Linwell and Kronos that will be taking a short break, and we will be signing off and be back soon for this next match. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I remember the ocean when memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest tears. We set our mighty fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here
Welcome back, everyone, to Battleknights Project India Season 1. We are in the third place match for this tournament. Finally, we have reached the penultimate step in this entire tournament, cut down from 216 teams to the possible 4. And right now, 2 have already made it to their place in the finals. Team ABM, who will be going against Kala Jadu, but that match is tomorrow. And for today, we have SHOMONATION versus Team Cry. And this is Kronos, who's going to be casting alongside Soul Sky.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Soul Sky, how has been your day? And you watched the first 2 games, because I am pretty pumped after looking at that one. Possibly could be match point for the side of Team SHOMONATION, or will Team Cry make that epic comeback?
Exactly, brother. And thank you for letting me cast alongside you. And as you have already said, that this is going to be match point for SHOMONATION and Team Cry really have to retaliate. Either we can see retaliation of Team Cry, or either we can see SHOMONATION go again. But for the like I was seeing the previous match, the Team Cry was like almost very near to win, but they lost due to some micro mistake that they made. Avoid was playing so good, Changi and Melly. They are always Melly also played good, but yeah, Team Cry really need to retaliate here. What do you have to say about it, brother?
I mean, at this point, I think Team Cry really need to put their pedal on the metal to make sure they will be able to get that epic comeback right now. But it is all about Team SHOMONATION thus far. Will Team Cry be able to make that comeback? And so I was just telling this to Linwell, right? Was Bobby QT kind of underperforming, or did the pressure get to him? This is a third place match after all. Yes, there is a prize for this match as well, and you will cement your place in Battleknights Project India history. So is that the pressure getting to him? He's not playing his natural game, or is he backed into a corner where he's not picked up the heroes that he likes to play?
Exactly. Bobby Cutie isn't performing well. I think he might get a pressure like of roaming. The roamer is one of the precious, one of the best. You can say a role that you can play for your team. It provides a lot support for your team, and I think Bobby Cutie is taking a lot of pressure to oneself. I guess he just taking pressure a lot. Like, if I do not do this, if I didn't do that, I will make my team lose. So that's what I think getting to the barbecue tea. But however, this game week it's decision making, because either we can see a retaliation for Team Cry, or either we can say a domination coming into the SHOMONATION. As we will go into the draft very shortly. Kronos, I'm pretty excited for this match, as this is going to be a match point for SHOMONATION and Team Cry. Will we see a retaliation coming in from the Team Cry?
I mean, you used the 2 big impactful words right there, right? Either retaliation or domination. That's been the story for this entire series, because Team SHOMONATION have dominated this entire series so far. But it is a best of 5, and anything is possible, because it is the land of dawn indeed. And let's not forget that this tournament is brought to you by Battleknights Esports, powered by Mobile Saiyans, managed by Mayura Esports, and streamed by Bad Tanker the Legend. And like you said, so going to the draft, and we are in the draft indeed. And right now, will they go for these counter bans coming in from the side of the team? Because this Kufra was a problem for them 2 games in a row, but they take out this Kadira instead.
Exactly. The Kufra, like giving out Kufra is, one of the giant mistakes that you can do for like just to give Kufra to the team. SHOMONATION, Cry just going, being mindful of the Kadita of the Kavita. He just played Kadita so well. And they look at that Fanny band coming in. I think these both are like, I guess, the respect ban. I really got that Uranus ban. I just seen yellow. Troll AB hero getting banned here. But let's see what's the second ban coming from the SHOMONATION here.
Yeah, this ban was great indeed. That is that Uranus and SHOMONATION once again goes for that Fanny ban, knowing that they can't really deal with the Fanny. But this time, ban out the Terizla. Usually their bans have been the Fanny, the Florin, and then the Terizla. So they're switching it up a bit, but sticking to the same core as Team Cry take out the X-Borg once again. Don't really want to deal with it. And SHOMONATION have been going same bans throughout the entire game. As right now, Team Cry will get the first pick as they're on the blue side and Team SHOMONATION on the red. Maybe it's time for them to pull out these pocket picks that we saw from ABM on this Hanzo. So is there a better time to pull out these pocket picks? But seems like Avoid, who was really great on that Chang'e, picks it up.
Exactly. Avoid going again with that Chang'e pick. I really like that. And let's see how will the team SHOMONATION react with Stroll AB and Sion. And Sion is like has proved himself one of the best jungler in this tournament. However, they couldn't win the semi like in the semis. But yeah, this is a third place match. And don't forget that coming in the top three of this tournament is a very big thing in itself. And let's see what's the SHOMONATION gonna cook here. As I can sense, yes, I was about to say Valentina coming in, and that I am you. And Troll AV, I'm guessing he will go for the EXP lane as he always plays EXP. But what do you have to guess here, Kronos? Which EXP will he pick?
I mean, he played really excellent on the Glue previous game, but hovering over the Yu Zhong right now, I'm not really sure why you want to change your draft. I mean, if it's not broken, why fix it, right? But it seems like SHOMONATION want to go and show off their skills as Troll AB picks up this Yu Zhong in the EXP lane. And Valentina, I'm surprised Avoid didn't go for Valentina, because in the first game, this Valentina was paying so much dividends to their side. But Kevin Nader, who was on the Valentina previous game, picks it up for himself. And Tharun, once again, 3-for-3 on this Brody. He was dominant in the first game of the Brody as well. Second game, he was doing immaculate on the Brody. So bringing that same Brody to this third game as well. As this time we can see the Grok once again being picked up from the side of Team Cry, but Pani Takam is the one who picks it up. So it seems like they're flexing this Grok not only in the roamer, it can also be played in the EXP lane. And for the first phase of the draft, so I think the side of Melee needs to pick up a marksman, or maybe they could go for a roamer at this point.
Yeah, the one like Pani Takam going in for that EXP Grok, that really surprised me, because in the previous match that Barbie Cutie couldn't perform well with the Grok. But can we see a Pani Takam version of the Grok playing so immaculate in this game? And as for Tarun Fifth Loader, what can I say? He just provided a lot of dividend towards his team. He played so good in the previous 2 matches. Let's see what he will do in this third match. And let's see what Malay is gonna pick. And I'm guessing Malay is going for the marksman. Yes, he will go for the Claude pick. And Malay, this will end the first drafting phase. And now we're moving toward the second draft. And Xion. And I'm guessing a jungler ban coming in from the side of SHOMONATION. And how will the team Cry react to the ban for SHOMONATION? I'm really excited to see that. And what will you guess here, Colonels? What will you guess who is going to ban here?
I mean, they should possibly ban out these junglers right now, right? This Fredrin that could be banned off. There's the Baxia as well that could possibly prove a menace towards on a thorn towards this Yu Zhang, who really thrives on this sustain and this region that he gets with the Sha Essence. So right now, we are looking at how it is going so far. They're taking their time, thinking it over. Seems like SHOMONATION are not sure. Will this Grok be flexed on the EXP lane, or is it Roamer? And taking out this Mardis that Team Cry was playing in the previous game. Not really playing it to the maximum potential that you can, but Team SHOMONATION don't want to take that risk and ban it out.
Exactly. And I'm thinking that they should ban Kufra here, because we have seen what Kufra can do. I'm just pretty hoping for that, as Ani-chan is a lot like very accurate setups in the previous game. So I'm just hoping for a Kufra ban here. But can we see a potential one more jungler getting banned, or can we see a potential one more Roman getting banned as the rumor is left? But what which rumor is left? I think there is left Kufra. They have left Minotaur. I think pretty much all, like so much good rumors are still there to pick. So I'm just pretty curious what Ani-chan is going to ban here, as they should just take their time. Frederick ban coming in from the Sherman. Let's see what the team cry. How will they react to it, as it is a Frederick ban? What do you have to say about this Frederick ban? I think it's pretty intriguing for me.
I mean, it's not really that much of a rocket science, right? Because you can see that the Team Cry has the damage with this Brody and this Chang'e as well. So they need that frontline presence that can be flexed. Not only the EXP lane, can be played in the jungle as well. So this Martis who can be played in the jungle and the EXP lane, and along with this Fredrin as well. But it seems like Team Cry realizing the same from the side of Shomonation. They are looking for a frontline jungler as well, banning out this Baxia and this Diggy. I'm not really sure why they would go for that ban, because they're opening the doors for the side of Shomonation to pick up the Minotaur, to pick up this Atlas picks that are going to be quite detrimental in this team fights, given with the combination that goes in with Claude as well as Yu Zhang here. But Shiyun taking that show, that seems like going to be with the Retribution. So Shomonation trying to show off a little bit in this third place match, as they have the series up by 2. And right now, Bobby QT picking up this Minotaur that he's quite comfortable with. We have seen him play this Minotaur in the previous stages of the tournament as well, and he has been really good. And right now, pulling out the old reliable for himself. As we can see, Void wants to go for this Lancelot. I don't think it's the best pickup here. You could possibly go for the Ling, is always good. Maybe even the Bane at this point, because you want to be able to kite back and dish out the damage with a deadly catch. But knowing that there is the Valentina, that will be a problem. So picking up this Hayabusa there, which can do a lot, split push potential, pick off, has the damage in the late game, has the mobility as well. So really topping the entire part of the side of Team Cry. And Shomonation once again going for the show-off picks that comes in. Finally might go for this Angela. That could be a disaster for the side of Team Cry.
Exactly. Like Angela Collard combo, Angela's this, Way of the Dragon combo, that's the show, Angela plus Yu Zhang combo, and I can see Kaja pick coming. And you know what, Kronos, I was checking the chat and they were just guessing that the Kaja will come. Yes, chat, you are always right. The Kaja is on the roll here, and with the Kaja pick, both the teams will complete their draft. And what do you have to say about the draft, brother?
I mean, Kaja right there changes the entire face of the game, right? Turns it over his head, because right now, if Hayabusa jumps in with a quad shadow, he will be able to pull him off with a divine judgment. Same goes with Bobby QT. You want to get that flicker and Minoan Fury off, but if you get caught by the divine judgment, it's really gonna be a problem for the side of Team Cry. So the draft is set, it's all set on paper, but seems like both the teams have an even game, but this will prove detrimental towards the side of Shomon. So as of right now, seems like both the teams are ready. Anything that you see out of the ordinary?
I don't see anything ordinary. Let me just check the emblem of this Grok. And I see he's gone for the Weapon Master. I think he's going for the damage Grok. He can one hit, I think, Claude. And that playing Claude against Grok is pretty difficult, as you have to, time for that, blazing to it. You have to prepare for the timing to go in, to come out with the perfect timing. And as we are speaking, we'll move towards the third game of this third place match. And we are going to land up down, guys, and they are going to play game number 3 here.
Yeah, this game number 3 could possibly be all she wrote, as the side of Team Shomonation have the upper hand. It is match point for them. They have 2 victories right now, or will there be an epic comeback from the side of Team Cry? Only time will tell, as we see the rotation coming in, as it is the 1-3-1 rotation strategy, as the Grok in the EXP lane has the power nature, will be able to clear out the waves quite quick. As we can see, the fight for the Lethal Wanderer will be the one that's going next, but Avoid there making a big mistake in the jungle, and so does Kevin Nader get caught off with the knockup that comes into Bobby QT. I'm not really sure Void what he was thinking thinking he has to go back and redo the entire blue buff once again because he got a little bit thirsty, wanting to go a little bit off. A little bit of misplay there, wouldn't you think so? So.
Exactly, and that was the kind of misplay that happens when you are a lot nervous because as they are handling with a lot of pressure. Because if they lose this game, Shomo Nation will win this series of best of five. And if they need to really retaliate this game, they need to really focus on this game and take the pressure, manage the pressure at the best of the capital capability. And I just like that Avoid is getting that lethal wonder. I think that helps a lot. And Avoid will get the level before the Valentina if she takes on. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Kronos.
Yeah, you can see Tarun taking that quite low there. And Anihan, you're trying to go and give the vision for his team, but you can see the delayed rotation coming in from Void thanks to that slip up in the early phase of the game as Shiyun has made the jungle clear and will be making his way for the rotation in the bot lane. As you can see, Void there will have the quad shot on the shadow kill right now, has the level 4 power spike, but there's not enough poke damage done to the rest of the team. As we can see the stomp coming in, and there is the BMI for Melly to get back. As we can see Shiyun just there with the G Kundo combo, ready to pick somebody off, as both the EXP laners have made the respective choice of cutting each other's lane, and they will be going in for this turtle fight as Nihan is forced to flicker out, and that is quite a detrimental spell for this turtle fight. You can see there is the Petrify knockup Furious Dive coming in, and that's first blood as Bobby QT is taken down. And Panye, they're not really providing the vision and the shot calls for his team. That was a little bit of a miscommunication, you can say. They did burn that flicker coming in from Nihan, but that flicker Furious Dive, the Furious Dive Petrify combo was quite detrimental. As right now we can see the turtle is being taken down quite low. Will Void be able to steal it with that retribution? Quad Shadow to go in, Meteor Shower is there, but Shiyun is able to pick it off as there is the Minoan Fury thanks to the IMU, but the way of the dragon on the Bobby QT there, right on point as he goes down towards Kevin Nader as Void is able to recall. And right now Shiyun and Nihan, who has the Divine Judgment, will go for the blue buff off this Hayabusa, and that will be quite a problem if he doesn't have this early game buffs.
Yeah, but he still managed to able to get that buff. And in the mid lane, the current fit loader going for the Valentina, but he will have to back off there. And let me just front out that Hayabusa went in with the quad shadow and missed with that shuriken. I think that was a risky play coming in. And meanwhile, in the bot lane, Kronos.
Yeah, we can see Meteor Shower quite expended early. And right now, Void doesn't have the mana, so we'll have to recall. But you can see there, Troll AB got the cut into the EXP lane, so able to make the faster rotation. And right now, seems like Team Shomo Nation are poised to get a pick off, as there is the Divine Judgment and the Flicker coming up in about 10 seconds right now. And Nihan providing all the zone and presence for his team as they want to pick off Void. You can see the thirst in their eyes and their gameplay as there's the Flicker Divine Judgment. The Quad Shadow is there. Will he be able to get off? No, the Petrify combo with the Terrify was able to get him off as the Black Dragon comes out just to chase down a Void here who is chunking down his gold shit in the mid lane. And a Void, will he be able to get off there? Will there be a Furious Dive connecting? No, there isn't, as the Panye Takam as well getting the gold shit in the top lane. And I think the side of Team Shomo Nation have put the pressure on, but Team Cry are able to reply back, but just not getting the kills.
Exactly. And in the top lane, we can see how Changi using that Meteor Shower in the bot lane costed her. She might have able to get that troll maybe kill there. And in the bot lane, there's G, and that's a perfect save coming from the Harun Fit loader. But yeah, it's a 4-man gang in the bot. And in the top lane, Grok will be taken down there. And in the bot lane, Kronos, what do you have to say about this upcoming bot team fight?
Yeah, Shiuna does have the Way of the Dragon. Will he be going? He gets knocked up, but there's the Minoan Fury. Meteor Shower comes out, but quite early, as there's the Way of the Dragon, but not catching anyone. Corrosive Strike with the Stomp as well. They finally get a kill, take down a Nihan, but there is the reverse engage, the re-engage coming in. Blazing Duet is there. There's the Jikuno knockup on 3, and they get double kill, and that is 3 taken down, as that was a really good engage coming in from Kevin Ader, thanks to the IMU, using the Minoan Fury against the Team Cry, as he goes for the wild charge, and Panye Takam gets the kill. And meanwhile, you can see Void got that mid lane turret and able to make his way around the map, but Troll AB got that top lane tier 3 turret as well, and Panye Takam will get taken down in a solo kill against Melly.
Exactly. That was a quite successful trade, but the mid lane turret is important for the team Shomo Nation. But in the bot lane, we can see that was a reverse engage coming in the Shomo Nation, getting that kill, and that was a 3-4, I guess, 3 trade coming from the Shomo Nation. And that was purely goes to the team fight with the SHOMONATION as there, and Divine Judgment in the middle.
Ooh, yeah, Divine Judgment is there, but the Blazing Twin on the back line from Melly, catching them off guard, splitting them really. As you can see, the Meteor Shower is expended quite early in the Black Dragon form, as well as the Shadow Kill. But there's the Way of the Dragon, and they're getting a Void right now. As you can see, they are sieging at this mid lane turret, and seems like Team SHOMONATION are poised to take this third place, Soul.
Exactly. They are just so focused on the perfect gameplay, macro gameplay. They're focusing on that, and I think that I've been just impressed on the Stroll AB rotation coming just exact on point, and the short call given by his teammates is exactly on point, and just providing a lot of dividends towards his team, just providing that a lot of sustainability and the vision with that Black Dragon form. That's a quite commendable gameplay coming from Troll AB. But yeah, the Panya Takam is trying to keep up with the Troll AB, and we can see in the bot lane, Xion just going in that again, G Kundo and the Vega Dragon combo coming, and Divine Judgment, and this no Fury.
Minnow Fury did connect there. As you can see, G Kundo with the knockup, but there's the damage coming in. A lot of Minnow and Fury as well. Melly is definitely on Ryan right now. The Quad Shadow is there, and you can see Melly chunking down at this tier 2 turret. And it has been the story of the gold lane in both the teams that have been performing great, but the roamers, though, really doing a great job as Nihan providing all that for his team right now. And you can see the difference coming in as Bobby QT is on a 051 KDA. There's the Shadow Kill coming out from Void just to disengage, but the Way of the Dragon, once again, the follow-up is always there, but there's the stop coming in from Bobby QT. Finally able to pull something off, forcing the flicker from Kaja as well, but the Blazing Duet from Melly is always there for the re-engage. Will he be able to escape? No, he does not use the BMI to go back, as there is the damage coming in from Valentina as well. Bobby QT quite low, finally pulling off the sets that his team needs as a Team SHOMONATION, and that was a torn apart memory from Tharun, but not enough to pick them off. He needs a little bit more time to get the item power spike that he wants. So, and if you take a look at the item, so seems like this Brody has only the Blade of Heptases and the Legion Sword.
Yeah, exactly. But I would say that was quite a little bit overextends coming from the SHOMONATION in the mid lane, and they will have to pay for that as the Xion will die one time. And as you speak about the itemization, bro, there's a lot gold difference. There's almost about 6k gold difference between both the teams. SHOMONATION is ahead of the 6k, and that's what we can see in the Claude. Claude has already two items that he's just going for this third item, that the Trinity Bell is fully completed there. And you can see the Tarun Fit Lord has only his Blade of Heptases and this Legion Sword. So this might be a very difficult game for the team, as we can see a domination coming in the SHOMONATION in this match.
Yeah, the domination is there indeed. It was there in the first two games. It was quite even, you can say, but this third game seems like a one-sided story as the Meteor Shower expended quite early once again from a Void, and Kevin Nader has been doing such a great job with this IMU, taking that Minoan Fury and getting that re-engage down as the Lord goes down to the side of SHOMONATION. And you can see the knock-up coming in from the Troll AB with the Furious Dive, and the Void gets taken down even after the Shadow Kill was expended. Really needs time as Xion gets the way G Kundo knockup, and Nihan providing the peel for his team right now. Melly with the recall taunts though. So what do you gotta say about that?
I think he can do it as what he is capable of right now. He has almost all his items. He got his like I said, he completed his Trinity build and is going for a recall taunt just to bait out that teammate, so that just make them furious as they are already under the pressure. They really need to chill out. The team Cry needs to chill out and just manage the pressure real good. And they are just so, and that there was not enough damage in every team fight. You have seen a lot of players going in that, escaping from minuscule of HP from the team SHOMONATION, and you can see a Lord coming to the bot lane, and there's a level 1 Lord Chronos.
Yeah, you can see the Minoan Fury with the flicker coming out from side of Kevin Nader, and there's the engager from their own Bobby QT, but the kill is there. Xion gets taken down, but their Tarun goes down instead, and this is trades back and forth as Bobby QT goes down as well, and the damage is there from the side of Team Cry right now. They're able to get them all low, but there's nobody to finish it off with. There's no Shadow Kill coming in from Boy. He goes with the Quad Shadow right now, but uses the Shurikens just to get a little bit of damage off. A little bit of show-off play coming in, but not really required because his team needs him the most. But the Petrify Furious Dive combo coming in. Troll AB taken out quite low. As you can see, a Void will get taken down, but gets a shutdown finally on Melly, who was on a 406 KDA, but now 416. And they have the opportunity. They're starting to close the goal gap. So what do Team Cry have to do to make sure they can get an epic comeback?
They just need to play patiently a lot as they have played in this team fight. They just successfully defended. However, they just lost the bottom lane inhibitor tower. But they, yeah, as we have already said, they are just trying to get the damage. Well, Void is just trying to get his items as he real quick. And so if in the late game advantage, I think it's hovering towards the team Cry as they have the they have the Hayabusa who is very versatile and can go for the back lines. But Team Shogunation will not back up as they already have the Claude. Claude is just has been unstoppable for in this game. And in the top lane, they just forced Claude to take down that Change, but yeah, it just worked out. But it was 1-for-1 trade, and this wild charge has been used on Grom, which can be very useful in this team fight. And I would say that they are just waiting for the upcoming Lord as they have a lot.
That way of the dragon though, catching Void, who uses the shadow kill just to make sure he can disengage, but doesn't have the damage as a Void with that meteor shower, trying to get some peel on his team, and you could see that Shiun was waiting right at the shadow, and he came by and immediately way of the dragon. Even though he went to the next shadow, he was able to follow him with the second part of that ultimate. And now they want to take down this mid lane inhibitor before they can go for this Lord, and seems like they'll be able to do so. Nihan with the flicker, but not really catching anyone there. As you can see, Blazing Duet coming out, but there's a Minoan Fury, but the Way of the Dragon once again coming out and getting this Bobby QT out of position as Panya Takam gets taken out. Troll AB with the Petrified combo with the Black Dragon form as double kill goes to the hands of Kevin Nader, who has been really fantastic with his 916 KDA, as Quad Shadow is there with the shadow kill, but not enough damage once more as Tharun right now going in for the damage, and you can see the flicker coming in from a Void as they will get the kill. Torn apart Memory, but doesn't take down Troll AB. As you can see, Tharun and a Void are trying to pull up the team's spirits by getting all this damage and kills down right now. And you can see all the inhibitors are gone, and the only thing standing is the crystal, as they should start up this Lord, but Shiun is there in that bush. Nobody spots him out for now, as the knockup is there but not taken down. You can see Meteor Shower coming in, but Void spots him out. There's Jeet Kune Do. Will he be able to get the kick off? He doesn't, and Tharun is taken out quite low as Troll AB with the Furious Dive, providing that zone for his team, and Fania Tokam doing the same as well. But there is a melee with the BMI going in. The Black Dragon form comes out. Will he get the knockup? Yes, he does, but the retribution is there from the side of Shiun, as Melly will get a kill onto a Void right now, gets a double on towards Bobby as well, and seems like they're all falling down like a pack of Skittles and dominoes, as a team SHOMONATION are going in for the crystal, and right now they're chunking down. Panya Takam trying to do as much as he can, but there's no follow-up, and Melly is taking the base, and finally Team SHOMONATION will take this best-of-5 series and third place in Battleknights Project India Season 1 in a 3-0 sweep, as they make place in the history of Battleknights Project India Season 1 as the third place for this entire series. From 216 teams, they are top 3 right now, and kudos to the side of Team Cry, but this was not their day and not their tournament, as SHOMONATION pick up the win.
Exactly. And did you see that retribution coming into the Shion at the right time when Grok tried to wild charge him, but he immune that, and along with that, Minoan Fury, he tried to take the retribution, and that was a commendable gameplay coming into the SHOMONATION. They just proved themselves that they are the number 3 in this 216, as you have already mentioned, brother, in the top 3 of this Battleknights Project India Season 1. They will take the top 3 here. And did you see the data, bro? Look at Kevin Inter with the MVP and getting the 34% hero damage and 73% team fight participation. Change along and on the side of Team Cry, they just tried so hard and avoid that 29% hero damage and 88% team fight participation. All the players played well, but this all comes down to macro and the micro game that we have already mentioned. And I just like that show with the perfect retribution at the perfect time and with the perfect immunity there.
Yeah, that perfect timing coming in and taking that Lord was quite detrimental. And you mentioned immunity, and Shion was able to pull off that Shunpo right on time to make sure he can immune himself from the knockup that came from Bobby QT with that Minoan Fury. So these micro plays, the skills really coming down to the fact that they're able to pull it off, and all credit towards the side of SHOMONATION, who were able to take this entire series in a 3-game sweep but the side of Team Cry really gave them a fight till the end, making sure they're not going to surrender, going for the entire team, making sure lifting their spirits up, and they should be proud of their performance in this entire series and this entire tournament, because coming top 4 is no easy feat, because they have made it all the way, and there are multiple teams in India, especially knowing that 216 of them took part in this tournament. They made sure they are noticed by not just us but the entire community as well. And so, is there anything else you want to mention for this game that went on this entire series, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. I would just like to shout out to this Arnie Chand. There's a lot good Roma gameplay. As you know, Roma are not appreciated, but his Kaja was on point. The divine judgment was on point. Just taking out that, did you see that divine judgment coming in and Mino was using a Mino to try to cancel that, and he was able to successful in that also. That was perfectly executed from Arnie Chan. But this game will go towards, as you already said, brother, towards the SHOMONATION, and they will take the third place. And for the Team Cry, they do not have to be sad as they are on the top 4, and it's not a joke to come in the top 4 in this Battleknights project in their season 1. And there will be upcoming tournaments also. They have the potential. They just need to work upon some quite a little bit of their weaknesses, and they are good to go for the next tournament. But congratulations to Team SHOMONATION for getting the third place in this Battleknights project India season 1, brother.
Yeah, season 1 indeed. There will be multiple more tournaments coming your way. As right now, once again, congratulations to SHOMONATION and Team Cry, not really getting a big piece of that pie like SHOMONATION did. But right now, they will be taking that third place prize for themselves. That will be split among the entire team. And right now, so I think it's time for us casters to say all the viewers there that have a great night, because we definitely did by watching all these games. As this is Kronos alongside Soul Sky, who brought you this game, final game for this series, which was won by SHOMONATION in a 3-0 sweep and picking up third place in Battleknights Project India Season 1. And let's not forget to thank the entire team that was behind it, since this tournament is brought to you by Battleknights Esports, powered by Mobile Saiyans, management by Mayura Esports, and streamed by Bad Tanker, the legend, as these people have been putting so much work behind the scenes, and the other casters as well. Shout out to each and every one of them that have been casting all these games, have been doing a wonderful job. So, yes, you have to say something, so.
I just need a little bit time, bro. I just need to appreciate our viewers also. Shout out to all the viewers that came in the stream for like what is it, day 19? They just came from day 1 to day 19 with us. And shout out to all the viewers that are watching us in Facebook and the YouTube. I'm just very grateful about that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget the viewers, right? I was just gonna get to that, and you stole my line. So, but it's all right. It's all right. It's a duo. It's a team effort, right? It's not a solo thing. It's always a team effort, and we make sure to make sure that everybody knows about it. And let's not, like Soul said, thank you to all the viewers that are watching out there, and don't make sure you will be back tomorrow as well, as tomorrow will be the grand finals for this Battleknights Project India Season 1, which will be between Team ABM and Kala Jadu. And oh boy, am I excited for that one, Soul.
Exactly, brother. Exactly. I'm pretty excited for how will the Black Magic will go and take the victory, or will the ABM will hold the victorious flag? I'm just very curious to see, as I think that's probably the best of 7, I guess.
Yeah, that will be a best of 7 series indeed. And I think like this one went for a 3-0. There's a possibility that can go 4-0, maybe towards the side of ABM, maybe Kala Jadu as well. But I think I want to see a 7-game series coming out, right? Because the longer the game goes, the more exciting these games get. And we don't want any one of the teams we want to bring exciting action to all these viewers right now. And let's not forget the entire team behind this as well, and also the moderators that have been moderating not just at the chat, as well as the ones in Discord. And guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel as well. And join our family on Discord, because we will be hosting a lot of these games. You can get together with a lot of these players in the community to take part in these ranked games that you would like to. Maybe even form your own squad for these next tournaments that are coming your way as well. And so, if there's nothing else to say, I would like to say good night. And is there anything else you want to say before we get off, Soul? Or you could take us out for the night.
Exactly. No, I don't have anything to say. I just want to say, don't forget to stay hydrated, guys. As I'll be signing off here, and don't forget to come tomorrow also because there will be a final for tomorrow under the best of seven between Kala Jadoo versus ABM. So this is for the tonight, guys. This side Solskjaer alongside with my friend Kronos will sign off. Take care. Goodbye and good night.
Memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest tears. We set down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet.